So the next match on would be the second women's singles to be played between Bellaetrix Manuputy of Indonesia, 24th ranked in the world, against Verdet Kessler of Australia, way down 171. So that's the toss, as both players, one on the right is from Australia, Kesseler. There she is, 169th ranked currently in the world, and the career win-loss is 23-18, and 2000 win and loss 5-2. And against her is this Bellaetrix Manuputty, world rank 24, lot of experience there. 71-54 are career win losses, so you can see a lot of matches she has played last couple of, and then 2014 she has a 6-5 win-loss ratio. Doing duty here for Indonesia as the second ladies women's singles player, and that's the chair umpire Carol Fairgale, and Upinder Saparbal. We'll see. There he is. He is the service judge for this third match. And that's the picture of the Australian coaching duo. Tracy Hallam there on the left side, former English player. And that's the Indonesians, also former players. And joining me again is now Dinesh Khanna. And Dinesh, close match in the doubles, but of course third game rather easily going toward the Indonesian side.
Probably the Indonesians took it easy game after having the first, not very easily though, but I think they became a little complacent.
Well, here also we have got a big difference in the world rankings between Manuputty and Kesseler.
But Sanjay, like it happened in the first singles, I mean the first game, the Fenatri, who's ranked 23rd, was on the verge of losing the first game, but then of course came back strongly, steadied herself, steadied her game, and got into the match. So I think when you are, of course, now Indonesians the driver's seat, having won the first two matches, so they shouldn't have really much of a pressure. And when you have league matches, I think the pressure is not as much.
Indonesia, represented by Bellaetrix Manuputty.
How much difference it makes when you have a world number 171 facing a world number 24? The gap is huge.
Yes, gap certainly is huge, very huge.
Well, miracles do happen. That's a start now, as Manuputty winning the toss starts. Body language also says a lot of things. Body language has to be very confident.
Yes, and the Indonesian seems confident, like she has played the first point.
And the second one, quick 2 points for the Indonesian.
With that smash on the forehand side, not very powerful, but still gets her the point.
Four love
by the Australian.
Service over, 1-4.
Way out from the side, not able to players trying to get still the initial stages of this match.
(5-2) as Manuputty just finding a form. (6-2). So Kessler, they're slowly coming into this game. That has fallen in. That's the push. And right on the line there. Fall service, call. That gives one more point to Kesseler. The service judge. And Sabarwal again showing how the racket in fact moved over the 45 degrees angle. That gives an undue advantage.
All shot by the Australian. And fair amount of power in that one. Once again,
7.
Drop shot there by Kesseler, who is 171 ranked as against 24 of the Indonesia.
Service over. All.
Score tied at 7-all. He had the opening, missing the opportunity. Manuputty sending it out from the sideline. That was a rather shot. Thinking there, but not able to do that properly, giving it too much of a flight and sending it over the baseline. The Australian, another point, score equalized at 8-4.
Well, the surprising thing, Dinesh, has been that both the Indonesians have started off very slowly. First game we saw, first match we saw 1-3 there starting off and down in the first game. And here also Kesseler equal till about 8.
Not as bad as the first singles. Still.
True. But it is 9-8 now. Manuputty.
Fault.
Well anticipated. Moving on to the net and finishing it off in style. That's the one. Moving up there and onto the body.
Kesseler is quite a useful player there. This young girl from Australia, ranked way down 169 in the world, but she moves well. She's playing with a lot of confidence now. 9-10. Taking her chances. That was a nice reception on the net. She kept holding the shuttle for some time and then finally played it, just toppling it over the tape there. 11 is this score in this third match in this tie of Indonesia-Australia. 11-9 to Indonesia.
20 seconds. Court to 20 seconds. Thank you, coach. Bye. Kesseler.
Welcome back, and Kessler here from Australia
9.
has played well enough so far. Verdet Kessler ranked 169 against this vastly from Indonesia, ranked 24th in the world, Bellaetrix Manuputty. But the Australian grimly hanging in there. Although this point again,
9.
inside out backhand being pushed out of the sideline. 12-9. Dinesh, one question for you.
13-9.
Indonesians at one stage had so much depth in ladies singles, as we keep on talking about Siri Fort. Why that has changed now? They don't seem to be so strong as before.
In the game is not as much as it used to be. It used to be a packed house of good. Matches. But I think they have lost out to China. The interest seems to have waned.
So of course we had a string of fantastic players from Indonesia down the decades.
They were much stronger as far as the men's lineup was concerned as compared to the women. Next to Thomas Cup number of times. The great Rudy Hartono, and then we had Lim Siew King, we had Richard Sugiarto. I mean, a string of those players.
Right up to Coffee Vidat. You're absolutely right. Well, he was the first man who started off the renaissance of badminton in Indonesia, followed by Rudy.
And of course Tanjo Hawk was one of the great players, All England champion.
Service over. 10-16.
Indonesia of course have had a great history as far as badminton. A lot of depth. But as I said, initially they started with men, then Susu Santi was one of the greatest players we had.
Service over.
18 point. Now slowly she's moving ahead, getting into that winning mode. Bellaetrix Manuputty.
Well, is there a little bit of draft from this side, Sanjay? The push didn't seem very hard, but the shuttle still went out and by quite a margin.
Yes, it is from the side of the Indonesian towards the Australian. This from her area, the kept on being pushing outside of the baseline, and also it is slightly from left to right also. So on the backhand area of Kesseler, you will sometimes find that the shuttle just sails out.
But these days you have to get used to these conditions, because every hall is supposed to be at a particular temperature between 23 to 26 degrees, and there will always be little draft.
I think all matches up till from Grand Prix Gold and over have to be played in air-conditioned stadiums. Big difference in the time when you played or when I played.
Settling heat at that time. It's so much more comfortable for the spectators.
But I have one question for you. We'll come to that at the next time. When we sing as the Indonesian now moving on to 2011. The first game point for Manuputty. Well in control now. Just as we speak, she pushes that one into the net. No reason to play that shot. Saving one game point there for that Kesseler.
That was lovely placement with a fair amount of deception in that one. The Australian just failed to read that.
Well, absolutely. 21-12. So that's the scoreline as far as the first game is concerned. So Indonesian finally taking control and moving ahead with this game at 21.
Years, 1400 products. Bajaj Electricals. Shine on. The Black Collection from Fog for men in black. Where are you going tonight?
ये देख, ये आपका सेलिब्रेशन देख यार, कमाल कर दिया।
ये आईपीएल के प्लेयर्स है ना, पुराने टाइम पे बोरिंग होता था ना, हाथ मिलाओ ड्रेसिंग रूम जाओ, वो बदल दिया है। मैक्सवेल है, गेल है, गंगनम है।
सेलिब्रेशन कुछ है, सेलिब्रेशंस तो हम करते थे, क्यों भूल गए हमारे सेलिब्रेशन? नहीं 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 नहीं।
Star Pass Special on Pepsi IPL on Star Sports 1 and HD1.
Be here. Be the hero with Li-Ning.
During your game, they were here. Both moppers were here. Can change them. Or let it be like this. TV code. Yes. It's okay.
Welcome back. 21-12, sitting pretty with the first game under a belt there. Bellaetrix of Indonesia serving for the third and decisive lead in this group match so far against Australia.
Service over.
Weak return this time from the backhand and fully capitalized by the Australian.
Service over.
The one question that I wanted to ask you, Dinesh, about AC halls is, I would presume logically that it would help the. Still, they are not on the winning side as far as the Asians are concerned. How come?
You're very right. In fact, earlier they used to, whenever they played in Asia, distinct disadvantage because of the heat, particularly in Malaysia and Indonesia. And now, of course, they should be doing better. But I suppose the standard of Asia has gone up so much that despite the air conditioning, they are still able to have an edge.
In fact, Dinesh, I'll take you back to 1971. I think you were part of the Thomas Cup team. And the best match considered in badminton so far was the Sven Pre win over Rudy Hartono in 1971 finals of Thomas Cup in Jakarta in that heat.
That was absolutely fantastic.
So here we are in AC halls and the players playing in a same temperature throughout the world.
Although the temperature outside is close to 40 degrees here, but we kids and temperature is around 21 or 22 degrees and we are having the blast right here.
Well, making the error there, Kessler now, and it is 4-3 to Manuputty. I of course played my first Thomas Cup in '79, but I've heard so much about that match, and I've met both Sven Pre, the late Sven Pre, and Rudy Hartono, fantastic players of the time.
Oh, absolutely, both of them. And to win that kind of a heat and beating Rudy Hartono at his best, I think really takes a lot out of you.
And crowd. And home advantage, but Kesseler there.
5-4.
Playing well now. She moves ahead. 5-4. She was equal till about 8-all in the first game also. Quite a useful young player this. Already high on the net. Nicely played. Comes in fast there. Manuputty for that.
It's over. 5-all.
Keeps it under control. There you can see her coming in. Anticipating it well. And getting the 5th point.
One kick.
Third and deciding match, actually. Could be deciding match. weak return. It was the mid-court, but Kesseler fails to capitalize on that one. A slender for the Indonesian. Oh, well, trying to do a little too much on that one. Trying to play a deceptive shot just off the wrist. Unable to control it. Going out. It was a fair amount of deception, but not.
Service over. 7-6.
Did that one sail out? Yes, it did. 2 points cushion for the Indonesian after having won the first game easily, 21-12. This is the kind of placement which he missed the first time, but this time doing it to a nicety.
Well, moved on to 10, and of course those two cross-court backhand, the turn of the wrist that you were mentioning, Dinesh, very much reminiscent. And then she would play that shot anytime, from any angle, on the backhand side, close to the tape, and that was one of her favorite shots.
It always happens, Sanjay. You always try to best that you see and watch.
So 11-6 now, after winning the first game 21-12, and Indonesian sitting pretty there. 11-6.
To 22nd, go to 22nd. Kessler. Thank you. 11-6 play.
So 11-6 was the score. This one sailing outside
12-6.
And Manuputty with that low serves now that we talked about in the singles matches. Normally used to see these high serves, but now again the pattern has changed.
13.
What is the difference? I mean, do you get more advantage by doing the low service or high service? What is the difference?
Of course, after this rally, in fact, Sanjay, I feel particularly in ladies, there are some girls who are serving still high. Even Saina Nehwal served high at times. But in men, you rarely see them serving very high.
That is because obviously they want to go on the attack at the first opportunity and deny the attack to the opponent. That is sailed outside.
Service over. 7-14.
7-14.
Wanting to make a parallel push, failing to do that, and finds the net.